Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti at Ballarat. And Peter, what an outstanding day.
Absolutely beautiful, Darren. About 22, 23 degrees, and we've sat up here in the members area and just watched half a dozen of our horses going around trialling.
Well, at the end of the day, people bag the Ballarat weather, but we're actually inside, and this is a bit of a painting behind us, isn't it?
And short sleeve, yeah.
They've printed a blue sky, so when you don't have one, they can say it's a beautiful day in Ballarat.
Which for probably 11 months of the year, this is a good backdrop.
It is fantastic. Simply outstanding.
Yes, very much so.
Well, let's go through last week's runners. No luck, really, but let's go through them and talk about each runner.
Yep, we go right back to last Friday. Had Hedger Wall run fourth at Moonee Valley with Harry Coffey on.
Run fourth, yes. A fair run.
Yep.
I think really what happened there was that the horse tends to hit a bit of a flat spot in his runs, and at the Valley that's when you really need to be kicking up and getting going, and then by the time he balances up he's kind of out of the race and he hits a line good late, but not a winning chance.
No.
So maybe better suited on a big track or maybe a bit further, I'm not sure.
And to be fair to Harry, probably, I mean, you can't ride a horse too well, but just when that flat spot happened was when a couple come around him too, so he's trying to get the horse going, and then, you know, it just didn't open up, and it was fair to the line. I thought he was going to run third, but yeah, I think he's a big track horse.
He is.
Yep. We then move on. You went to Doomben, and we had the little filly up there. Game is Ned Callish here. She ran third. She jumped to the lead and just couldn't quite hold him off.
Well, if you ever go to Doomben this time of year and you reckon it's hot in Victoria, when we're in the suit, I think it was 37 and humidity of about 80%. But that's why there's so many bars on course, Pete, yeah. And we did use them.
You found them?
Yes, and we've got a shot here of the Fluoro girls who are on track for Red Handle, her little fan club.
So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow.
How good do they look?
They look pretty good, and they're full of fun, those girls, and hopefully we'll see them back again at her next run. Look, Red Handle drew wide. The plan was to go forward and lead and find the fence, which she did, and they ran home in 33.6, but she got beat. In fact, it might have been a bit quicker than. It might have been about 32 something, Pete, but as it turned out later on, Tony Golan said if he had known, if we're in race 4 or 5, we wouldn't have went to the fence because it was definitely off the fence. She got beat half a length. We think the fence was off 3. And just looking all the way through her run, it was outstanding, and we just look forward to her next start at the Gold Coast in a couple of weeks.
Yep, it was very promising. From there, we went to Interstate again, but it was Morphettville, where Arizona Girl was
Sorry,
probably
where did Arizona Girl run?
7th, I think, Darren.
Who tipped her?
Silence says it all.
I'm sorry.
I was left with nothing.
I've really got to apologise to all the Arizona.
Don't worry, I had 2 emails before Saturday from a couple of owners. So
Yes, well,
sorry, guys.
new rule in ATB starting today. You don't tip ever.
I tipped for first 4
No,
players.
no tip. You're not even getting a chance now. At this rate, we'll have no horses and no owners. So you're banned from
Righto.
tipping. We're going to find a new segment for you, just so you still feel part of the team.
Right.
But tipping's not going to be part of it.
What about tipping other stables' horses
Yeah, let's
that
see.
are in our races?
Yeah, all right. Or maybe you can lay a horse in one of our races.
Yeah, just to help us
Tip
out.
it. Yeah. All right.
All right.
But no more tipping for you.
Righto. I'm easy with that.
Good.
Because
Pressure's off.
Emails are abusive.
I know you get
There's
plenty of abusive emails,
There's like
and rightly so.
we've got some good owners, but by hell, I reckon there's some attached to the mafia out there, Darren.
Well, I don't think you'll be popular. Where'd we go after Red Handle?
After Red Handle, we had All Roads have her first run for Damien Batters at Balaclava.
Yeah, that was
Interesting run.
well, it was a bit like a trial over
Yeah.
1200. So, look, we didn't expect it. Well, we expected it to finish midfield. She finished a bit worse off, over raced, and
Yeah.
he said he probably should have started her over more ground than 1200 first up, and he's only learning the horse. That's the first run he's had for us. So she'll go in around a couple of weeks over a mile, and I'd expect her to make plenty of improvement off that.
Yep, for sure. On Monday, I ventured down to Terang. We had 2 runners there. We had contrasting runs. We had our approach, very good to run 4th in the 1400 metre maiden. She looked the winner at the 250.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, if you weren't happy with that run, then you need to go back and watch it again. On the corner, she travelled beautiful. The improvement she made from her first up start to them was outstanding. She travelled beautifully. We knew the centre of the track was the place to be, but Dean tried to push out and he couldn't get there. And then, so he elected to go back inside into inferior ground. But she still burst through like she was going to win and then just faded late. But all those horses that beat her all came down the outside. The ones she was with on the inside all dropped out. And she's going to be my one to follow for next start.
Yeah. If you have a
at
look,
odds.
if you go back to that replay at the 200, the horses that were with her on the inside all finished 4 or 5 lengths behind her. So that's the strength of her run in that bit alone.
I reckon we've just taken her odds from about 7s into 280 now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not tipping her though. You've tipped her.
I'm tipping.
Yeah.
My one to follow, our approach. I think she's a really good filly, and if she continues to make rapid improvement like that, she's going to be a serious filly in time.
For sure. Unfortunately, we also had Manor Trust, who ran 8th and basically resembled what was seen for the 3 or 4 starts before.
Yeah, look, he just doesn't want to do it, does he? I mean, he just goes for 100 metres and then says, no, I've had enough. And they've tried everything, beach, sand dunes, everything, jumps, everything, and he just doesn't want to do it. So I'm afraid if Darren Weir can't make him do it, I don't think anyone can.
Yeah, true. On the Tuesday, Liz ventured to Bendigo. We had ticket to Toorak, ran an improved race. To finish 5th, probably beaten 2.5 lengths, but probably halfway down you just thought when he got out that he may have ran on a bit better, but it was an even run.
Yeah, run was okay. It was really hot up there again. I think it was 38 or 40 degrees, and Liz went up in the heat. And yeah, as you say, Damien Lane, I thought he rode him really well. Got him to settle nice, and look, he raced a little bit, but he came back, and Damien was a little disappointed that he didn't finish off better, but that's probably where he's at in you know, his class, and you know, it was certainly an big improvement on Colac. So 4th in that class. I'm not sure. There was an odds-on favourite there that beat him half a length. I'm not sure about the first 2, how good they are, but you know, he's in that range of a 70, 78, and he probably goes a bit better when the tracks are wetter.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's what we've got to consider going forward.
Yep. Righto, that covers them all. So while we didn't have a winner, Darren, out of the 7 runners, there were some encouraging efforts from horses there.
Yeah, there's a couple that are sort of pretty much finished or finished with, and then there's, you know, some promising ones there that, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if 2 or 3 of them won their next up, Pete.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure we're going to get a couple of winners in the next few days. And let's go through them. Where do we start? Colin and today?
We've got 8 acceptors, and I will head down the Western Highway to Stawell for Cullinan's race at 5 o'clock today. Obviously, by the time this comes out, I'll be able to pop up whether he's won or lost. But Darren Weir seems to think he's in his right race and an each-way chance.
Gives him a good, strong each-way chance. The distance will suit. The track won't be against him.
Yep.
And look, he's genuine each way.
Jumping Jack Hill on. How did Hurricane Harrison go with her nickname the other day?
She loved it. She loved the name Hurricane. She said, I hope it sticks.
If he rides winners, it'll stick, Darren. Tomorrow, I'll head up the road to Donald. We have 3 runners. We have Silver Stratum and Licorice Bullet, unfortunately, together.
Yeah, it's a shame they're in the both race. But anyway, look, that happens sometimes when you've got a lot of horses. And that's an early race, isn't it?
Raced race 3, sorry, at 1:30.
I'm debating whether I can get there. I want to go to Cranbourne tomorrow night, so
You got a chance.
cover all the whole state in one day, but I've got a couple of horses to pick up in Ballarat as well. So I want to try and get to Donald because I really like these 2 horses. I think Silver Stratum is going to be a star.
Jesus.
I think he's going to be a star in time, and I think Licorice Bullet at this stage, that filly by Long Road, she's as good as prospect as Long Espresso was.
Yep.
And I'm really excited about those 2 horses. I think they'll fight the race out. Maybe just the 1300 is going to suit your horse, Pete, Silver Stratum, a little bit more than Licorice Bullet just at this stage of her career. But I don't think there'll be much between them, and I'll be disappointed if they don't Quinella the race.
The gates suit one's drawn one, which is Licorice Bullet.
Lovely track, Donald.
Yeah.
Love Donald. I wish they'd race there more often. Beautiful big track, lovely big sweeping bend. Horses can lead, they can sit off the pace, they can come from behind. It's just a marvellous track. We've had a lot of winners there.
A lot of success.
I wish they raced there more often.
Yep. And first starter in the little, I won't say much, little big grey, Roan Cheval, over 1,200 metres with Jack Hill on.
Well, her trials have been really, really ordinary up until the last trial when Darren put the blinkers on her. And her performance, you know, she won the trial. And after the last two trials, I think everyone just stood there and said, was that her?
Yep.
And the blinkers seemed to have switched her on a lot. So Jack Hill, you know, he said she only does what she has to do. He's on it tomorrow.
Yep.
And, I'm going there, well, we're going there with an open mind. And if she can run up to her trial, she'll be competitive.
Yeah.
And those Stravinskys, they are pretty relaxed individuals, a bit like yourself, Pete.
Very relaxed.
And except when you're tipping. And hopefully she runs well.
I think Weary was keen on all three up there. He reckons they'd all run well. So let's
I
hope
think we'll
he's
have
right.
a good day.
As you intimated, Darren, you might be, or you are, heading to Cranbourne for Firehouse Rock's debut for the Weir stable. 1,600 metre benchmark 78.
Yeah, well, he's had a change in stable. We kind of ran out of options with Lindsay Park with him, and was either sell him or try him at the beach because he just picked up a few tricks late in his career where he really wasn't putting in, and he'd go for 200 in the straight and then he'd prick his ears and try and pull up. He's still doing it, but look, he's going around tomorrow night with no expectations, no blinkers, and he'll be one to follow later on.
Yep.
But I want to go down to Cranbourne and have a look at him and just see how he runs. And it's a good night down there. It's about 9 o'clock the race.
9:15.
9:15, so I should be home by midnight. Beauty.
Travel there at the peak.
Yeah, but go through peak hour. But anyway, look, we like getting around watching them run, Pete, and that's why we'll be there tomorrow night.
Can I, maybe that's what I do, is a bit of a freshen up, sent to the beach, tipping wise, for a while. No?
Retirement, I reckon.
Retirement. That's out in the paddock.
That's it.
Saturday, Darren, you'll, I presume, head to Flemington. We have a 5:45 race 9 on Guineas Day. Falago and a Basso, again, together.
Yeah, both in the same race again, isn't it? It's the last race at Flemington, quarter to 6.
Two good gates, barrier 1, a Basso, barrier 5, Falago.
It's only an hour drive, so I'm happy to go down. I'm sure we'll have to buy tea on the way home, so better win. Well, what do I say here? Falago.
Going great.
Having a good prep. Just got beaten by better horses last time. I'm not sure that this race is as strong. There is a smarty in there of Lloyd's, isn't there?
That was
Devan, isn't it?
Oh, there's another one, spread eagled. That was me lay.
Oh, look, he's an each way chance.
Yep.
But Basso, he'll find his form tomorrow. He'll jump out of the ground. Ben Mallam goes on, and I think that horse, just forget about it. Its run so far hasn't been suited, hasn't been ridden properly, and I expect the Basso to jump out of the ground on Saturday.
That's Benny Magic Mallam.
Magic, is it?
Magic Mallam. Rightio. Also Saturday, and I'll jump in the vehicle and troop down to Colac, where Mark Riley's trained Esprit de Sol probably found his race. Darren.
Yeah, he's in a 58, staying 58. He's having his last run for ATB. Before he goes to the sales, and he's probably going to be, well, he should be winning that.
Yeah, look, around there, if he can race on the pace, he's carrying 60 with Dale Smith on, but certainly looks
his race.
Yep, for sure. That's it for acceptances. We can...
Any plans for next week?
Yeah, we can have a bit of a look. Tuesday, imaging, 1400.
At Warrnambool?
Yes.
Trialled good here this morning, Pete.
First race, he's just back to 64 class. He's been either in 78s or 70s since he won at Sandown about 25 years ago.
Hasn't been going good at Pakenham, has he?
No. So, I think a third from 5 goes there.
Dropping in benchmark and dropping in class. Going to be ridden forward with a big weight, but looks more... He'd
want to be right there, Darren, if not winning.
All right.
Tintaglia was also nominated for the highweight. But,
Yeah, we're still debating whether we're going to go there
Yep.
with Tintaglia. She's ready to win. I'm just not sure. I'm not a fan of these highweight races.
No.
I reckon they can really flatten a horse.
Yeah.
But we'll probably have to debate with Forest Lodge a bit later.
She could carry a mountain, but still
She's a
not
big
the point.
mare,
From there, the only other one is there's a bit of debating with what typecast does up at Sydney from the Snowden point.
Yeah, they've got her in at Wednesday. Look, she's a useful filly, isn't she?
Yeah,
She's
very
a
good.
very good filly.
Yep.
Very good. And he's tossing up whether to keep her in her own grade and run a Wednesday or whether to hang on and put her in a stakes race, the
Yeah.
Derby Munro. So, look, I don't know. That's Peter Snowden's job, isn't it, really? I don't think the owners would mind. We'd all love her to run in a stakes race and run well, or if she goes midweek and she's got to carry the grandstand and gets beat, it kind of leaves you a bit flat. So I've told them that it's up to them what they want to do. They'll get no criticism from the owners, but sometimes when you've got a filly that's going super, you've got to throw them in the deep end. And I think I could use the example of La Passe last spring, where we took her over 78, threw her in a Group 2 and got the money. So funny things happen in this game, and sometimes you just got to have the guts to have a crack.
That's right. And Snowden said it's either the championship races or not much in between for that horse going through. It's like you got to carry the weight, but the fact that talking Derby Munros is just nice anyway, isn't it?
Well, for a filly that's, what's she done? She's won couple this
for
time.
4, and a second.
So she's promising Exceed and Excel filly that didn't cost a lot of money at Easter. I think we paid just over 100 grand for her. And she's worth that now as a broodmare, and she's won plenty. So,
Probably
else?
probably not too much further. Just on a couple that trialled here, the likes of Stringer Bell and that. They're probably towards the end of next week. I think it was an hour race, maybe.
We had a few here trial that are ready to get back to the races. Serious Witness trialled really well.
Skewer.
Looking forward to seeing her. Skewer was massive improvement.
Yep.
I think the secret to her, Pete, is a bit of cut in the ground.
Yep.
Unfortunately, guys, you don't get that in March in Victoria, so we'll just see where we go there. Stringer Bell, I'm really happy with this horse. He was no good last prep with, a young colt and really wayward, and he's been gelded, and now he's going. He's a different horse. He's travelling, settling, and
just relaxed.
He showed plenty of ability last time, so I'm thinking this time of the races, I'll be disappointed if he's not winning. Plenty.
Yep, for sure.
And of course, we had a couple that didn't go so well, but we don't like to talk about them too much, do we?
Unfortunately, it's part and parcel of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, there might have been one or two there that pulled up a bit shin sore, and there's probably one there that might be a little bit slower the horse than you and me.
Up the highway.
Unfortunately, it's sad, but they can't all be good.
No, that's right.
So those are the trials. We spent 3 days down at the Premier Sale, Pete.
Yeah, and couple through the ring, Darren.
Yeah, we unloaded a couple of our colts, and we've decided to keep and race La Passe's brother by commands.
Yep.
So
that's a little bit exciting in itself. It's disappointing.
Yeah, he's a lovely colt, and I'm pretty happy that the breeders have elected to buy him back at the sale and race him. So we've got a good value on him now, and we're going to keep probably 70% of him. We're going to syndicate off about 30% of that horse, and he's a cracking type, and I think you'll see a promo on him in a couple of weeks' time.
Yep.
But he's a nice colt, half to La Passe, who's obviously back in work, and she's already won two Group 2s and could win a Group 1 in the autumn. So Darren Weir's going to train that colt.
Pretty happy too, I'd say.
Yeah, and he'll be off to the breakers next week, and we'll start marketing him shortly. If anyone is interested who's watching ATB and wants to know a little bit more about that colt, just give me a call. I don't think that 30% is going to last too long.
And there was good interest in the Foxwedge filly that we sent out, so...
Yeah, another Peter promo.
Don't hold back too long.
I'll tell you what, Morgani,
Peter promo.
you might be good at doing ads and that. It makes up for your tipping skills.
So I'm back above water, head above water now, am I?
Yeah, I reckon you can. You got a job for a while you're doing those promos, because you're doing pretty well.
No, they've come up good, and I think the new system we're using is working fine.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah.
Certainly looks better. What else have you got?
I have not got too much more, Darren.
You don't want to talk?
No, there's obviously a little segment we do.
Yes.
I'm a little bit worried that I might be in the firing line.
Well, it's my turn to ask you some questions, Pete.
Yep.
Now, due to the owner demand, you've been banned from tipping horses, right? Now, obviously, I'm gonna tip Silver Stratton, which is your horse.
Yeah.
Okay, because my record's not too bad, and I like.
Who was your
horse.
last winner?
Red Handle.
Hasn't won.
Yeah, but this is going to get played next week, isn't it?
She wanted to run before then.
They won't have my last winner.
I'm going to do a little bit of research on this bloody
I've got you
subject.
covered. Have I got you covered?
Frack margin.
Everyone's got Peter covered.
Yeah.
All right. Now you haven't seen those questions, have you?
You just wrote them out 2 minutes ago.
And you looked very, very nervous, right? Very nervous.
I've got the ability to edit this footage. Anyway, we'll see how we go. I'm ready to go.
Now we had a little comp last week, didn't we? The person that wrote in with the best response on the duck ring, right? Which was Pete's phone
Geez,
going
they
off.
come in quick too.
Yes. So the best response we had was from John Harris. So John, we're going to send you the ATB cap, the new one, as promised.
They an Arizona girl.
They are.
That's a trade-off.
They were an Arizona girl.
Were.
They were. Poor Arizona girl. She had no hope. Did we talk about it?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. She was just Paul. Or did we skip over it?
No, you skipped her.
Yeah, I mentioned it. You might have skipped over it.
Yeah, we saved it for now. But John Harris, you get the cap. Liz will mail that off to you this week because what'd you say? Something like quack, quack, quack on his phone. He's got a rear end to match a duck or something, and his tip's about as good as one.
Beck, my partner, agreed with that too. So
Yeah, well, she knows you well.
She's getting a lot.
But
of
Arizona
marks.
girl, just while we're on her, look, once again, she was disappointing, wasn't she? She travelled beautiful,
Yeah.
but found nothing towards the line.
There's a little bit of a flavour coming out with her. So first 2 or 3 runs in a prep, and then she just seems to roll off.
Maybe she doesn't stay. Maybe she needs a wetter. I don't know. But anyway, Darren Weir, that's your job. Sort it out, Weir, because we need a winner.
Out weary.
All right, now 20 questions for you.
20.
Oh, 10, all right. Oh, maybe. Anyway, so ATB on the spot with Peter Morganti. 1-word answers.
1 word.
Yep, 1 or 2, no more. And no stumbling or mucking around, right? You ready?
Ready to fire.
I put a lot of thought into these.
They'll be incriminating, that's all I know.
Tipping.
Average.
This segment could take half an hour. Dean Lester.
Good tipster.
Last winner you tipped for ATB.
Arizona girl, Geelong.
1972. ATB.
Employment.
Owners.
Savage.
Darren Weir.
Master.
Dean Yendall.
Angry.
Silver Stratum.
Champion.
Imaging.
Could have been champion.
RVL.
Beep.
Racing Photographers.
Double beep.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Peter's been in a naughty, boys, been in a bit of trouble. But we won't go into that, will we?
No,
But he's all right.
I'm a criminal.
He's
Not many people get banned for life racing.
You haven't been warned off just yet.
No, not
But if you
quite.
keep tipping losers, you're going to get warned off ATB-TV.
I'm just worried about those ones that are threatening me with a knife.
Anyway, enough of that.
Oh, good.
All right, guys. Well,
We've got an exciting few days coming up, Darren. I'm looking forward to the next 2 or 3 days.
I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yep. I reckon we'll unveil a few.
Silver
nice-
Stratum versus Licorice Bullet.
Yep. One will be in front of the other. Could be a long way in front, but it might be interesting on the post.
And stay tuned.
Hey, can I put my lay out there? I'm going to try and help Falago and a Basso. That spread eagle. Can't win.
Spread eagle.
No, I should say can win. Then it won't win. Is that better?
You don't know what you're doing. Look, you just got to forgive the guy.
I'm a bit excited.
Simple
I'm excited.
Yeah. How'd you rate your performance
What, there?
overall on ATB-TV?
Ah, just a battler. Head for radio and just battling along down.
Okay, so this week's competition, email in to Peter your thoughts on how his performance has been on ATB-TV. The best email, most humorous, will win a hat. Tell us what you think of Peter's performance. How long have you been doing ATV?
Oh.
That's a pretty big shirt you got compared to me.
No, but I'm just looking to see if people can see how many bloody little diet's going.
I think
August.
I think you should stand back a bit.
August.
So he's been here from
Is
August.
that better?
And tell us how you think of Pete's going on ATB-TV. The funniest or best email that comes in, I'm going to send you an ATV hat. Now,
Can I use 3 words?
true. Now just bear with me while I've got to make a special presentation.
I'll just take up the screen here because I'm not letting him back. I'll let him back.
Here I am. Well, He's got this dirty old Ballarat cap on, Ballarat Turf Club, that looks like it's 10-year-old and you've been ploughing the paddock in it. So you're never going to win one of these tipping. So we're going to make you an honorary ATB cap holder. Congratulations.
Jeez, this is almost like winning tax lotto.
I know. And Craig Williams, you're still not getting one until you ride a winner.
Must be for Craig's head.
Maybe I didn't get you a big enough
No.
one. Anyway, until next week, Darren Danson, Peter Morganti, signing off from the Ballarat Turf Club, where it's beautiful.
Fits well too, Darren.